Good morning, everybody, from Jeff's Little Engine Service. I'm a little under the weather today, so my voice may sound a little more funny than normal. So today, we're going to work on this. It's a Honda GC160 5 horsepower. Now, this engine came off of a pressure washer. This one right here. As you can see, the pump is still on it. So it would run, but it ran real erratic. I cleaned out the fuel system, did the basic things, replaced the spark plug. It just wouldn't idle correctly, and it wouldn't do the typical thing like surging or whatever. So it would rev up sometimes, and then it would slow back down, and was just acting real funky. So I decided to look in under the valve cover. Let me show you what I found under here. It was not good. Let me show you this cam gear. I'm surprised I noticed it at the time, but if you could see at the end of this slot, see there's that extra little worn spot. Yeah, so see at the end of this slot, there's that extra little worn area here. That's where the damage is. So the compression release mechanism was able to go a little too far, and it was getting caught into that newly worn slot there. So I'm pretty sure that's what's going on with this. So here's the new one and the part number. As you can see on this one, the slot stops, doesn't have the worn area in it. So when this pulley's in here, these lines right here line it up for top dead center. You line it up on the engine, you line it up on this surface here just like, well, I'll show you. Alright, and I just wanted to line up the timing marks on the pulley. You can see those two slots there. And on the engine, hopefully you can see it here. I have them lined up like that. And that's how I'm going to take it off. So I want to mark a spot on the belt and the pulley. So when I put the new one in, I line it up correctly. So I'm pretty sure all I need to do is pull this pin here. It just pulls out, and I think you can just lift that gear right out. So I'll make a mark on the belt and the pulley. I'll also mark the actual groove hole. I wish I had a different color ink than black, but you can see it. And on the new pulley, I'm going to mark where it was too. So it was up here. Looks like it was this groove right there. Yep. Now, I've never done this, but one thing just that I know from working on engines is you probably want to, when you pull this pin and take this gear out, pull this belt tight. You don't necessarily, I don't know if it matters or not, but a lot of times if it skips a tooth down on the gear, the lower gear, you could be in some trouble. So when I pull this out, I'm gonna hold this belt tight. Yep, look at that. Looks like there's an O-ring on there for sealing, so keep track of that. And you can just slip this belt right off. Easier said than done, but we'll find out here. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hold this belt tight. And at the same time, we're gonna get this old guy out of here. There's a new gear in town, and it's this guy. Hopefully we can get him in here. without too much fuss. Let's see. Yeah. You can see this pin has a flat spot. That goes up. When you put the cover on, it sits on the flat spot. Okay, so I just need to find my colored tooth. There it is. And I'm going to match it up with the line I made on the belt here. This can be kind of tricky, I can see, getting the belt around. Definitely tricky. So I'm in the right slot now. I just have to figure out how to... You can see the belt is kind of cinching up there. I'm going to go grab a screwdriver and see if I can poke it through. Yeah, there's enough room to manipulate it there. Perfect. And we are still lined up where I wanted to be lined up. New cam gear, so I will have to reset the valves. I'll get it back to top dead center, and that's where that cam lobe is pointing directly up. And if you look, and if you line up the marks on the pulley to be even with the case, if you can see where those marks are now, that they're flat with this, and the cam lobe is pointing up. We should have space. Yep, we need to adjust the valves. Okay, now that we know we're at top dead center, it's time to check some of the measurements here. So for the intake side here, it's supposed to be at 6 thousandths or 0.152 millimeter. And on the exhaust side, it's supposed to be at 0.008 8 thousandths or 0.203 millimeters. You want this size for the exhaust, which is this side, and you want this size for the intake side. Just loosen this a little bit. I think it could be a little bit tighter. Let's see, you want your feeler gauge to slide in and out with slight resistance. That feels about right. Drags a little bit on the way out. So, tighten that down. So now we can tighten this one down because we're adjusted. Not too tight. And I always double check. And then we want to set the exhaust at 8 thousandths. It could be tightened a little bit. That feels about right. So see how it kind of drags a little bit when I try to pull it out? That's what you want. Okay, so it's time to clean off these gasket surfaces here and here and goop it up and put it back together. I want to make sure to clear out these holes. I don't want any of that old silicone down in the engine. The cover is nice and clean. That's nice and clean. Time for some silicone and to go back together. So this is about all the silicone you need. Gonna even it out a little bit here. Yeah, that should be enough. You can see the flat spot on that pin lines up with the cover there, so you want to make sure that that's correct when you put it on. Got a little messy with the silicone, but that's no surprise. I always do. I don't trust that drill. It'll strip it out, so I'm going to grab a wrench to tighten those down. I'm going to take this water pump off. I think it's still good. That way we can test out the engine without ruining the pump. You have to have water supply to a pump when you're running it. Okay. If you check out this cam a little bit closer, you could see the spot I'm talking about there. Well, alright, let's check it out. The gas tank was empty. I've already filled it up, checked the oil. I might use a little bit of starting fluid if it doesn't start up. Okay, so the reason why I'm shutting it down is because you could tell it just wanted to rev up. The reason is, if you look here, I didn't want that thing revving up. So that is your throttle plate on your carburetor, and I can tell it is locked up. So we need to get a little bit of carburetor cleaner and loosen that thing up. So you want to get under the plate, because there's a little shaft that goes down into the carburetor. Spray a little bit of this stuff. And it's starting to work loose, see that? Okay. I don't think we're stuck anymore, that's good. Let's start this thing up again. See what happens. So I don't see a throttle adjustment on this engine, so it must just be set to rev. I think I'm going to dial that down a little bit. So this little tab here that holds the spring is what adjusts the RPMs. If you make the spring tighter, it makes it rev up more. I'm going to actually dial it back so it doesn't rev up so much. There we go. I just want to see how this engine runs before I rev it up a whole bunch, if you know what I mean. I don't want to rev it up right off the bat. It's been a while since it's ran, so got to keep that in mind. It's been tipped over, so it might take a while to clear out. We'll find out. jumping around there. All right. No more smoke. These things idle nice and low. That's nice. Yeah, this engine runs great. Thanks for watching.